Hello, welcome everybody. I'm AmethystMoonflower and welcome to my channel, and thank you all for joining me here today for magical Sunday soul set that we do every week, well, or almost every week when I do Sunday soul set. My schedule is no schedule. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. Anyway, so this is Sunday soul set for the week of October 8th through October 14th, and we are now in the midst of spooky Halloween Samhain season, and I'm just super excited, and I'm really feeling the energy this year. It's just, the last couple of years, as much as I always love Samhain and Halloween, and it's my favorite time of year, it's just all the things magical, and just, as much as I try to enjoy the season, some years are just not as, energetic as others. And this year kind of has been a little hesitant in the energies, but now it's like finally starting to come in for me, and it's finally starting to be like, yes, it's magical season, it's spooky season, and like honestly, I'm really starting to feel the vibes, and so I hope you guys are too. I hope you're all excited for this awesome October season this year, the whole season of Halloween. And one of the reasons why I love it is because it kind of does feel like celebrating being a magical person, celebrating if you view yourself as a witch or not, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care what labels anybody uses. Labels are just labels, labels change, labels wear away, they fall away, sometimes they work for a period of time and then you don't need them anymore. And so, but besides all of that, that's a whole nother conversation. Doesn't mean to go off on a tangent. But what I'm trying to say is that the magic is in the air. And there is just so much like frequency and energy upgrades that are going on right now that are really just making it even more intense, And we have 2 lunar eclipses in the month of October, as well as Friday the 13th. I know that's not really like a witchy holiday or whatever, but it's a fun moment in time that a lot of people like to go, oh, it's Friday the 13th. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. And it's just the season as it rolls in, I feel like the spirits are starting to wake up, and it's starting to make me think of like, this time of year always makes me think of why I enjoy, magic, and why I believe in magic, and why I do what I do. And I think it's really fun to reflect on all that, and to not always be in the light, that there's so much to find in the shadows. There's so much to find in the hidden and the mysterious and the occult. This is such a good time for, divination and, whatever kind of divination or spiritual tools or techniques that you want to work with. And I've been really wanting to do more of that kind of stuff. Sorry if I'm trying not to look at the screen, but I keep forgetting to look up at the camera, and I'm still trying to get better at that. By the way, in case you're wondering, it is pomegranate juice. Or, not pomegranate, it's passion fruit mango. Sorry, excuse me, I'm drinking passion fruit mango juice just to keep me hydrated and refreshed. So anyways, with all this magic going around, I just really feel like this is the time when we should really just start, enjoying things and just going with the flow and going with the energies of the seasons. And I'm going to show you, sorry, my table's a little wobbly. I'm going to show you here on the chart, and when I move you down, a lot of the energies that we've been going through last week and into next week, and the week, the week coming up for the 8th through the 14th, but also I'm going to do a little preview, or not a preview because it's not for the week after, it's last week, a little like replay. because I missed something and I want to point it out to you guys. But all it's saying is that there's a lot of frequency. There's a lot of energy that's going on. There is a fast-paced movement. And, just sort of try not to get stuck in the high frequency of the chaos of the world. Kind of just sort of be in a high vibe and enjoy and have fun, because I really feel like having fun is going to be important right now. I feel like we forget to have fun. We think about all the things that we have to do and all the things that we need to do and all the things that we want to do, and we may get stuck in trying to decide how to balance all this stuff when really the whole point is to just have fun. Yeah, I want to go to hay rides and pumpkin patches and do fall family pictures like we do every year, and dress up and go trick-or-treating and decorate the house and bake all the cookies and all the fun holiday stuff, carving the pumpkin, decorating your outside, going to, if you have like a first Fridays or first Saturdays in your local area, and you're going down Main Street and everybody's out and everybody's having fun and enjoying the season and just doing all that stuff. There's a lot going on, and, because we're so worried about filling our calendars and trying to get to all the things and do all the things, it's like, remember to enjoy it and to have fun and to just love the people that you're with. There's a lot of relationship energy going on right now too. There's a lot of love energy with Venus and Mars. There's a lot of that, and it's like, be excited for the life you're living. Fall in love with the life that you're living. Fall in love with the moment. And, because a moment only lasts for a moment. And then the next thing you know, it's over. And then it's, Thanksgiving, and it's Christmas, and it's New Year's, and then it's the beginning of the new year. And it starts all over again. And when we have moments like this, it's important to just remember to take it in and be present so that it doesn't pass you by too fast. All right, so I'm going to go ahead here and just, use a little bit of sprays and some Palo Santo. Oh, let me grab my lighter. I have some frankincense burning in the background as well. Oh, and by the way, I do plan on making a couple more videos this weekend as well for next week, or whenever I get a chance to get them up. I'm trying really hard to stay on track with all my things that I'm doing. Clear the space. Clear ourselves. A little bit for you. And then I have some Blessed Moon Water / Florida Water clearing alignment spray. It's got the 7 stones in here. And then my singing bowl here. I'm going to take our selenite wand and just form the circle around the space, just to give us a little bit of white light protection and clearing, just to bring us in, clear our shield and protect our shields. Some for you as well. And then just gently welcome in all the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. Our body, our breath, our blood, our life force, spirit, soul. coming all into one. Recognizing all 5 spirits within the physical and the mental and the emotional and the physical. Body, mind, spirit. And now that we're all in center and we're in space, which feels good sometimes, just to put up, just to make the moment special. Even if it's not like I'm doing a ritual or I'm casting a spell, sometimes it feels good just to put it up, just so that you know that the space is set and ready to go for what it is that you're about to do. And so I'm going to adjust the camera, and I will see you here in just a moment. Okay, so this chart is for today, which is Sunday Soul Set. This is the week of, but the chart itself, what we're looking at here, is for the 14th, for the Libra New Moon Solar Eclipse. It's at 1:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or whatever, and for my location, the moon is new in Libra. It's an eclipse, well, 0%. So this is the chart that we're looking at. And let me zoom you in just a little bit. Now, I screenshotted this off of, I think it was astrocharts.com. I just typed in the information for when the moon was going to be in this, you know, the eclipse at my time and my location, and like a birthday, and this is the chart that it gave me. And so we're looking at here like as if it is like a Capricorn rising person, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that this is the main focus of what is going on right now. The sun and the moon are together. They're conjunct at the same degree of 21 degrees in Libra, and that makes it a new moon, and it's also opposing the north node and the south node. It's, you know, in direct alignment with it, which is creating this solar eclipse. And it is also conjunct with Mercury in Libra, and then Scorpio, which is just at 1 degree of Mars is just 1 degree of Scorpio. So it just entered Scorpio, leaving Libra. But all 4 of these planets are closely aligned, making them all conjunct, causing a stellium. This is what a stellium is. If you have 3 or 4 or more planets that are really closely conjunct together, then that's how you get a stellium. And this strong oppositional energy that's going on here. And we also have an opposition between Venus, that's in the sign of Virgo, and we have what is this, Saturn at 0 degrees Pisces. Okay, so they're also opposing each other. So there is this like crossing energy that's going on right here. We also have some, you know, in conjunct formations that are making some yods, okay, also in here. And we also have a T-square going on between the stellium, Pluto, and the north node. And so there's this more square energy going on. We are also trining here with also Saturn, or yes, Saturn. So more trining energy. There's more trining energy here between Jupiter and Venus, and then, you know, Venus and the ascendant, you know. So there is a lot going on here under the Libra new moon solar eclipse. But before I go further into this, I feel like it's really important. I really almost forgot, but I didn't forget, you know. I wanted to show you last week's chart. This is, I drew this up myself, but it's starting here. Here's the sun over here, right? And the moon is here. This was what we looked at last week together. All right, I didn't notice this until just last night, but being that this was for Wednesday, October 4th, which was the same day that the emergency alert system went nationwide for like a half an hour or whatever, and a bunch of people thought we were going to turn into zombies or some weird crazy stuff. People were freaking out. But also there was a lot of like just super intense energy. And if we look for when we're looking for patterns here in like the configurations of the planets and the aspects that they make, in these lines as an astrologer, you're looking for shapes, all right, squares, triangles, you know, hexagons and stuff like that, okay? Here, right off the top, you can see that there is a star formation in this, by the way, which, you know, there isn't really like a whole lot of information you're going to find out there about like what does the star mean in astrology. It can mean whatever you want it to mean, honestly. But a star symbolizes magic. So there's a lot of magical energy going on, which, what was I just talking about? There's a lot of magical energy going on. And, but if you kind of see how the lines crisscross back and forth like this, they're going like this. And, there's a frequency pattern that's going on right now between the planets. They're like the energy is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's creating this sort of ancient Merkaba pattern. Okay? There's, I don't remember the exact terms. I should have did a little bit more digging to find out the exact terms. But there's, you know, the Merkaba pattern that is going on here is really high frequency. And I feel like, you know, a lot of things are starting to come into perfect timing and perfect alignment. And things are happening exactly as they should, even if we feel like it's not. Even if we do feel these obstacles and this resistance and stuff, there is a perfect timing to all of this, okay? There's a lot that's going on, you know, in the greater world, you know, war and just, you know, everything, like everything that's going on in the bigger picture of things. There's a purpose, there's a pattern to all this, and this higher frequency is coming in. And I feel like, you know, maybe being that it is right, this is right before, you know, we go into solar eclipse season, it just, there's a lot of energy is what I'm saying. So if you feel like you're going crazy, if you feel like you're hearing sounds that are like ee, like a ringing, whether it be in your ears or your head, or you feel like you're actually hearing a ringing sound around you anywhere, you know, it could be that you're literally just hearing the frequency, okay? Because I was hearing it yesterday, and that's when I noticed this pattern. Was, you know, when I was looking at this chart and I was literally hearing the frequency sound of you know, everything that's going on. So, you know, if you feel like you're being affected, you probably are. Almost everybody's being affected by this. You know, this isn't just one person. This is everybody. The collective is going into this huge shift. All right, so that's why I wanted to show this, because I kind of feel like we're missing a piece of the context of the story, because I didn't talk about this last week, because I didn't see it when I had filmed it. And then after that the day was actually passing, I was noticing more information coming through. And so that's a sign and a symptom, if you're in alignment, is that you will start seeing, you know, things at the moment that they're actually happening. Or maybe even before. You'll be able to actually predict moments like this. Or you'll just find yourself feeling the moments as they're actually happening. And that's why astrology can be important to learn. To just sort of give yourself a heads up to what energies are coming. You know? So that's really cool how that happened and worked out. And I was able to actually, share this with you. And so now that we're back to looking at the new moon solar eclipse in Libra chart. All right. And being that today is actually Sunday the 8th, we can see how this is how we're shifting. Oh, sorry, I'm flipped around. The planets are moving in this direction. Okay? And so the first thing that's really going on this week that I wanted to mention, I hate how shaky this table is that on Tuesday, 10/10, Pluto retrograde ends. Where's Pluto? Right here. The Pluto retrograde ends at 27 degrees on Tuesday, 10/10. So on today, it's officially no longer retrograde. All right. But Pluto now begins to station direct and slowly moves back into the sign of Aquarius. All right. On January 20th, 2024, that is when it will finally enter the sign of Aquarius. Is on January 20, 2024. And then on May 2nd, on 2024, it will go retrograde again, and then it's going to move back into the sign of Capricorn. All right, and then when it goes direct again from this retrograde, it will move back into Aquarius for this final time on November 19th, 2024, where it's going to stay here and remain in the sign of Aquarius until March 8th, 2043. So that's like a 19-year transit through Aquarius before it'll start going into Pisces, and probably doing a similar pattern of, going back and forth in retrogrades a couple times before finally staying in Pisces. So we're looking at the next 20 years. This is the beginning. Well, it will be like Aquarius, and then, that we're starting to begin this age of Aquarius, this 20-year cycle. All right. And so we're really going to be feeling this really, really big. We are truly feeling the monumental effects on a world scale, and Pluto continues to define in like an entire generation or two of people as we move and evolve into the next level of humanity and usher in new world, big changes to the government through systems, humanitarian work, and, innovative technologies. But this is going to be a very slow change. The destruction of the old to rebuild the new, with the retrograde period now over, and more progress can be made in the next phase. Okay, so really, because this is such a big scale, obviously everybody's going to feel it. But, this square here, how this shows up in your chart is really going to show you like more how it's going to affect you personally when it comes to, the changes that are made during this like new moon eclipse. All right, so the things that you're working on here is how it's going to have an effect, but also the obstacles that you're going to be facing, and so, or the resistance that you're going to feel is going to depend on the house. But being that the stellium energy with Mercury and Mars as well over here with Libra, and now a little bit of Scorpio, but still mostly Libra energy for at least the majority of the week until we get to Saturday when the actual eclipse happens, So this week we'll be feeling that last little bit of Mars and Libra energy as we move forward. All right, but the eclipse, the path of visibility will go across the lower southwest of North America. So like the lower part of California, over like the southwestern part of the United States, and then it'll go over Mexico and the northern portion of South America. All right, so it's going to do like this little S from California, Texas, Mexico, and then like Brazil, or I'm not sure of the countries, but I know it's northern part of South America. So those are the area that's going to see the solar eclipse, the Ring of Fire. And a solar eclipse symbolizes new beginnings and endings, and clean slates in the 6-month cycle until the next solar eclipse. And just like the sun and the moon have the capacity to rise and set, eclipses are considered chapter endings and new beginnings, whether you're ready for them or not. And the Libra new moon is about your emotional well-being, directly linked to close relationships and supportive partnerships that are vital to your happiness. This is due to it being in the sign of Libra. This is a good time for focusing on business partnerships, and romantic ones, provided that both of you have an equal share in decision-making, responsibilities, and earnings. And your intuition can also add to exceptional people skills, which include charm, tact, fairness, and grace. And, you know, it's probably best to avoid conflict and confrontation just to ensure harmony, as tempers may emerge when, like, you know, pushed too far, and maybe you have like a strong need for approval and recognition and can be indecisive about feelings and needing to see the weight of both sides with an intellectual and diplomatic approach. Okay, so, you know, this is going to be a big time for, you know, relationships, obviously, partnerships, and things like that. And, you know, making commitments and, you know, contracts and stuff like that. And being that it's in opposition here, you know, this energy is going to be, there's doing a lot of direct focus towards this. And so it's important to understand what kind of change is happening, because solar eclipses mean change. Solar eclipses bring in new chapters. It brings in these big changes. And when you see in that these changes are going to be made around your partnerships and relationships, I mean, obviously it's time to really like do that. This deep healing work that's going on over here is really affecting the decisions that are being made. And being that this is a stellium, the Sun, Moon, Mars, and Mercury are all conjunct. Mostly the sign of Libra, except for the Mars. Yeah, I already said all that. Sorry, I'm reading off my notes. And being the stellium and the T-square and the double yods are like pretty much like I was saying. They're all focused on over here. Everything is aiming at this. So, you know, it's asking you, like, what kind of... maybe it's bringing in some creativity, you know, some inspiration, coming up with new ideas, or collaboration in your relationships, collaboration in business partnerships, you know, like building your network, entrepreneurship, and things like that. Because, you know, there is this energy coming off of from over here where Uranus is at in Taurus. You know, there can be a lot of kind of like, you know, DIY creative energy that's like, I'm going to create something new, or I'm going to do something, you know, my own way. There's a rebelliousness, and like, I'm just going to do it my way because I know how to get it done. I know how to get it done. I don't need to ask anybody else for permission. I don't need any more like micromanaging. I'm done with being micromanaged. I'm done being criticized. And, you know, now I'm just going to take it on. I'm just going to do it. You know, I've mastered everything. I'm learning. You know, I haven't mastered everything. There's no such thing. But where you're feeling like very energized to just sort of everything that you've learned and all the tools that you have, you're finally getting that like burning feeling in your gut where you're just like, you know what, screw all the haters, screw all the doubters, screw all the people that, you know, don't have my best intentions at heart, just surrounded with negativity, that are just looking down their nose at you and, you know, going, whatever, she thinks she's gonna make it one day. She thinks she's gonna make it someday. It's almost like that's what I can hear that they're saying. And they're laughing, and they're snarking, and they're being like, ha, 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 ha. And you know what that does to a creative person? You know what that does to somebody who knows who they are and doesn't care what anybody else has to say? That gives them motivation. That drives them. That's that Mars and Scorpio energy. Because Scorpio's like, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, you laugh now. Wait. Scorpio's a hard worker, okay? Scorpio's determined. Scorpio's ruled by the sign of Mars. So, obviously, Mars likes being in this Scorpio energy that is just starting to get into. And I really feel like, even though Scorpio is technically a water sign, there's a lot of fire energy in Scorpio. There's both. And like me personally, I'm a Scorpio rising. And so this energy is actually really affecting my chart right now. my personal chart, but if you're like a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, this energy is really going to be hitting you hard right now. Or especially fire signs that are ruled by the sign of Mars, which I think that would be, I want to say Aries. Aries is ruled by the sign of Mars, okay? Because Leo is the sun. And Sagittarius is, I can't remember. Anyway, so if you're a fire sign that's ruled by the sign of Mars, you will also be affected by the Scorpio energy. And depending on what house that is in for your chart. Okay, so for example, like if we're going off of the chart that we have here, if you're a Capricorn rising, Capricorn sun, moon, rising, the main one that you're looking at, put 1 on your sign. So a Capricorn sun, moon, rising, just go ahead and put 1 there, and then count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the Libra energy is in your 10th house, and then the Mars Scorpio energy is going to be in your 11th house. And so that's how you figure that out when you're looking at all this, okay? But just remember, there's a lot of focused energy. There's yods, there's trines, there's T-squares. There's just a lot going on over here, and also over here with, like I was saying, the Venus in Virgo. Venus in Virgo is like reminding us to like just, sorry, I have to flip. Oh, it's not, I didn't write that down. Anyway, I was trying to go off my charts and then I didn't even have notes for it. But anyways, this Venus in Virgo is going, hey, what is and isn't working for you anymore? What is and isn't working for you, or what is no longer serving you? What needs to change in order to work? You know, what is no longer serving you? Because, you know, Virgo is the sign of service. What is no longer serving you in your heart, in your purpose, in your passion? Alright. The Venus in Virgo is highlighting what areas of your life that will be affected depending on the house point in your chart. And as Venus has left its long retrograde transit, you know, and back through Leo and has done all this heart-centered healing, now it's back over here. And that's why it's saying it's time to change. It's time to declutter. You know, it spent all this time in Leo and now it's finally in Virgo, and it's almost like, thank God I'm done. Well, not like I'm done. You're not ever done. But you're finally like, okay, there's a shift in the energy now. Now I could really feel that shift, that change. That heart-centered healing is now fully completed, and now you're on to the next phase of your heart healing journey. Now we're beginning to really bring in the service and, you know, thinking about how am I going to master? How am I going to perfect? You know, you may feel like criticizing yourself, or, you know, being critical of others, but it's not because you're looking for the negativity. You know, it's more like, I want to see you do better. I want to see you do your best. This is that almost like a coach, like a spiritual coach or an energy coach or a sports coach. You know, a sport coach or a spiritual coach, they're not always like 100% the best football player. But the quarterback or the running back or whatever is the best player of all time. The coach isn't even as good as the player. Or maybe it's just because the coach is older now and just isn't physically able to do what the younger 17, 18-year-old quarterback can do now. You know, so the critique is not in a sense of like, hey, I'm telling you this because I want to put you down. It's more like the critique is saying, hey, I'm telling you this because I know you're better than this. I know you're better than this. I'm telling you this because I want to see you do better. I want to see you fight. I want to see you actually, you know, all that heart healing that you went through, that now that the changes you finally are willing to make, and to level yourself up and to go into that next level of spiritual alchemy and evolution, because you're finally starting to maybe I am going to turn that lead into gold, and the only way I can turn that lead into gold is to aim for perfection, even if perfection is impossible and nobody is perfect, and if everybody, they say Jesus is perfect. Jesus is perfect. He's the only example that we've ever had of perfection as a human being. All right, but to recognize also that means everything else is imperfect. It's the message that perfection is only of the highest Christ, God mind, or God energy is only what is perfect. Everything else is imperfect. So, but also realizing that perfection is what we strive for. We strive for perfection even if it is impossible. But that striving for perfection is what makes us better. Okay? It's like if you think of a temple devoted to the gods, you want it to be clean. You want it to be pristine. You want it to be laden with, gems and gold and lapis lazuli and silver and just all the gorgeous stones and granites and marbles and just opulence, and burning myrrh and frankincense resin, pure resin incense, just filling up the room, and chanting and the choir singing and all these wonderful things. It's aiming for that perfection. It's aiming for that perfection, and it's bringing you into your sacred space. And, to make room in your sacred space, you have to declutter, you have to cleanse, you have to move things around. There's a moment of rearranging and decluttering, like I had mentioned once before, where it's in order to make room for all this to really happen, declutter your heart, declutter your space, declutter yourself. However that works for you, and just bring in newness. All right, so I hope that this makes sense for you, and so this is what the chart looks like. And now I am going to be moving on, and I'm going to read everybody's tarot oracle for the week of October 8th through the 14th. All right. And this week, I figured I'd go ahead and show you. This week I'm using the the Wild Unknown. I keep saying Work Your Light, but no, this is the Wild Unknown. And I wanted to use this deck because it just has a lot of shadow energy, and I think it's perfect for this time of year. And also, I'm going to be working with the Herbal Astrology Oracle deck as well, which this is my newest one that I have added to my collection. I added it earlier this summer because I don't buy decks very often. Just once or twice a year, maybe, if I'm lucky, buy 1 or 2 decks. So I don't buy them all the time. I like to work with what I have. But this one I thought was kind of had a very autumnal feel to it as well. This sort of does have a very earthy, in the sense of the brownness brings in that harvest energy. And I also figured I would show you here some of the crystals that I'm working with today, and remind you, sometimes I do give crystal recommendations, but I'm not doing crystal recommendations all the time. A lot of times I'll just either show you what I'm personally working with, or if I do recommend it, it's fine if you don't have it, but whatever. These are the ones that I'm working with right now. I have Apotholite. I just picked this one up a couple weeks ago at my local crystal shop at Hive Light, the Hive of Light here in Goshen, and I love the owner. I love Debbie. She's amazing. And her husband too. Everybody around there is just it's the best vibe. It's the perfect mix of crystals and art and spirituality, and everybody's welcome, and I love it. But anyways, I picked up this apotholite there while I was doing some tarot readings, and it was just like the best energy, and I love it because it just brings in so much clarity. It just like, it is such a strong crown chakra stone. I feel like it's really connected. It's really about bringing things into union, peace, purification, amplification, you know, just that high spiritual energy, high crown energy. And also because of that, it can cleanse and clear all the other energies as well, your root, all your other chakras, your auric field, and everything like that. And it is such a super high vibrational stone, which is great to work with something like that right now if you really want to get into that high vibe stuff. And then I'm also got here my blue celestite, which is also, it's the blue, so it's like the throat chakra. It's more about the expression and communication, and, you know, talking to spirits, you know, that sort of thing, and also speaking your truth and speaking with integrity, and, you know, just trust and speaking up about who you are, speaking your heart. And so I love this stone, and I feel like it's bringing in some really positive energy right now as well. And then, of course, labradorite, which I also got at the Hive of Light shop, and I love this one. It's kind of hard to catch on here, but it's got some really pretty flashes. Got some really pretty purpley type of flashes on there. And I also have my azurite, which is like a really strong third eye chakra stone. Really great for amplifying, you know, psychic energies, you know, connecting with dreams, astral work, just anything that has to do with psychic or spirituality or the third eye. This stone is perfect for that. And I love this big pieces that I found a couple years ago. And this right here, this is just a little bit of like, they used a little bit of like sticky tack to put the price tag on there, and I've never been able to get it off. And it's just because this stone has such like the texture, you can't really get it out. And this isn't a stone that's supposed to be getting wet, and so that's why there's a couple spots on there that I can't get off. But I love working with this stone for, you know, increasing psychic abilities and stuff like that. And when I do Sunday Soul Set, and I'm doing astrology, and I'm doing you know, tarot cards, it's good for me to have those things around me, just because it helps me do with what I'm doing as well. Oh, I also forgot to show you, I also have my amethyst, which I always have on here, and I have my amber calcite as well. This is really powerful. Amber's great for magic, great for boosting that confidence and stuff like that. And so anyways, now that I showed you everything that I have, I'll go ahead and we will get started on this week's all 12 signs Zodiac tarot and oracle reading. All right, Aries. So if you are an Aries sun, moon, or rising, welcome. This message is for you for the week of October 8th through October 14th. And let's just call in your spirit guides and spirit to help guide this message and tell Aries what they need to hear, what messages are important for them for this week coming up. Mind you, your 7th house is saying making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion, and how you interact with others is going to be around your relationships and partnerships, romantic or business, commitments, contracts, and politics. And the Virgo Venus is going to be in your 6th house. What is and isn't serving you, and what needs to change around your work environment, daily routine, and health. Oh. And so you have the Ace of Swords. Wow. And so, you know, that this is saying that you're finally starting to speak your truth. You're finally starting to speak up. You are standing strong in yourself. This is very, you know, like saying, I'm going to take it on. I'm ready to move forward. This new beginning is going to be really big for you. These changes are really big for you because you're finally standing up and you're stepping up and you're like, I'm doing it. I'm being the warrior. Sorry, I keep bumping my table. I'm being the warrior I'm meant to be. Okay? And this infinity sign, you know, that's in the snake here. Okay? It is saying that this is a part of your mission. You know, and that you will continue to go on no matter what. That this cycle that you're going through is, you know, it's continuously going on and on and on. You know, we end cycles and we start new cycles, and we end cycles and we start new cycles, and you know, this adventure is never ending. But you are now at the beginning, you know, cutting cords and cutting karmic ties from the past so that you can now move forward into the future. And then we also have here, what is that? The Seven of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups here. And, you know, you have a lot going on in your favor, but you may be too busy looking at the one cup that's upside down. You know, like, change your perspective on things if you're, you know, unsure. Emotionally, you know, in these choices, you know, both, it's almost like it's saying you have a choice, you know, and this is based on logic rather than emotion, you know, like, that's kind of what it was saying with your seventh house, is that, you know, basing your logic rather than your emotions on how you react in your relationships, in your romantic business or partnerships, romantic and business, you know. There's this feeling of needing to make a choice, and both choices are necessary. You know, they could both be right or whatever, you know, but you're too busy looking at all the negatives. You're not trusting your gut. You're not trusting your instinct. All right. So follow your instinct. You know, trust your psychic abilities. You know, trust your intuition, that's guiding you, so that you can better know which way you're supposed to be going. Okay? And then also here, we have the Eight of Cups. Alright? Obviously, it's showing all these cups are shattered, and there's sort of like this darkness ahead. There's this mountain. It's like this feeling of saying, like, I feel like I'm failing. You know? Or this feeling of everything I've lost is, you know, is broken. And I'm going to pull a clarifier card for you just to sort of soften this up a little bit, but it's just like, you know, maybe it is all emotional. You know, this mountain that you're climbing is an emotional mountain, you know. It is saying, you know, like, you have to do the healing work. You have to have a breakdown before you're going to have a breakthrough. And, you know, being that you're an Aries, you are the goat. Or not the goat, like the mountain goat, or the Aries is the ram. That's what it is. Aries is the ram, you know, but goats and rams, you know, they have these hoof feet, and they're really good at climbing mountains. Maybe this is a mountain that, you know, you failed to climb in the past, and so now you're really afraid of it. The Lovers. Wow. This is, yeah, an emotional mountain that has to do with relationships. Now, mind you that this is, you know, all this Libra energy that's coming in is really pointing to that relationship energy, that relationship with yourself, that relationship with your partner. All right, your business partner too, maybe. But I really feel like this is a choosing to come together. That maybe instead of climbing this mountain, you need to fly. And I think that's such a beautiful message. Instead of climbing the mountain, you need to fly. You need to open up your wings, and you need to stand true in yourself, and you need to go for it, and you need to fly. And to know that whoever's standing with you by your side, that you're not going over this mountain alone. You're not moving alone. You're doing it with someone who's there to support you along the way. All right, and then I'm going to pull you an oracle card from the Herbal Astrology Oracle and see what messages are coming through for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising this week. What messages are coming through for Aries? You have Jurgon Sacha. I'm not sure how to say that correctly. Jurgon Sacha. Transfiguration. All right. So definitely this looks like a tower card, of course. I mean, it definitely has a tower card visual to it. And it's very tropical, you know. I'm not very familiar with these types of plants, but it's sort of like, you know, they have that, like, they look like one of those plants that are really, really stinky. And also notice here in the background that is showing that there is an eclipse going on. That's what it looks like. It looks like there's an eclipse going on. This is a big moment of change for you. This Libra new moon eclipse is really going to bring in a lot of transformational energy. And it is, I mean, it looks destructive because it is. Fire can be destructive, but it's also meant to purify and cleanse. So let's see what the book has to say for this card. Let me read it to you. It's saying, the Jurgon Sacha, unforeseen change, breakdown, transfiguration, poison, transmutation, evil is neutralized, rising from the ashes. Related to Mars and Pluto. Wow. So that Mars and Pluto square, that T-square that's going on right now, is also going to be super affecting you, as we know, but it's going to hit you particularly more than others. It says, is a doctrine of signatures plant, as its indigenous uses it directly, mirror its appearance. Its molted coloring calls to mind a poisonous snake native to the Amazon, and local villages use this starchy root as an anti-venom. In Peru and Ecuador, the snake and plant are both called Jargon, Sacha, or Fer de Lance. In Brazil, the snake is named Jararaca, the plant, and Ever Jararaca, which translates to Jararaca herb. So I'm really not good at pronouncing this. I am so sorry if I'm butchering this. In the Amazon, the bloody resin of this plant is used in many of its rituals of protection against all spiritual sickness, hexes, evil eye, evil wind, envy, and protection against brujas, malvados, meaning black magic sorcerers, considered a neutralizer of the highest order, and converts into any intended harm or intense evil into benevolent energies. Indigenous tribes of Guyana have employed it as an antidote for stingray wounds, spider bites, and poison dart arrow wands. Other indigenous cultures believe that beating the legs and feet with the leaves of Jargon Sacha acts as a snake repellent. And in addition to being an anti-venom, the powdered tuber is used as an antiviral for asthma, lung inflammation, whooping cough, parasites, and menstrual disorders. And then it continues to go on and on and on. Watch your back. It represents radical change and breakdown. This card can mean that someone or something is harming your energy. If this appeals to you, remember that the darkest of energies that bring crisis or unforeseen changes can be transmuted into benevolence. Even the strongest of poisons can be medicine. The first step of neutralizing it in recognition. The second step is removing fear and insecurity. And the third step is reconstruction of the self. Examine your life from a third-person perspective. Draw upon universal forces to transmute the environment, people, or situations that are depleting your life force. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was a pretty big message there for you, Aries. And I can definitely would say, yes, if you feel like you are under some sort of like spiritual attack, and even if you're not sure, go ahead and work on your protection. Reverse that shit, okay? Banish the bullshit. say, get the F out of here, okay? Don't let people that have negativity towards you rule over you, okay? It's time for you to get rid of all that and to rise up and to level up into that next level of self, all right? And if your relationships are falling apart right now, maybe this is just a moment, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily this type of relationship. I would say these are more of your outer realm relationship, like people in your work environment, or people that are around you on a regular basis, like who are your close friends. Can you trust these people? Like really, not everybody has your best intentions, so watch out for those, okay? All right, Aries, I hope this message resonated with you, and let me know down in the comments, and I will see you all next week. Bye. All right, Taurus. If you're a Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, welcome. This message is for you for the week of October 8th through October 14th. And it's looking like the stellium energies are in your 6th house, making big decisions and changes based on logic rather than emotion, and how you interact with others around your work environment, daily routine, and health. And the 5th house, Venus in Virgo is in your 5th house. What is and isn't serving you, and what needs to change around your children, creativity, sports, and hobbies. Sorry, I almost couldn't tell which direction that card was facing. So we have what is that? Is that the 6 of Wands? Yeah, that's the 6 of Wands. Ooh. The 8 of Pentacles. And the Mother of Cups, or the Queen of Cups. Okay, so there's a light at the end of the rainbow here, Taurus. Okay, there is a light at the end of the. This is all, you've been down, you've been fighting, you've wanted to give up, and maybe you've been faced a lot of battles, whether it be in your mind or in your life, and you may have felt defeated or you was unsure, but the rainbow of hope has come to show you that there is positivity coming through here, all right? That you're finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, that you're finally starting to see things coming together for you. And this is all going to be due to your creativity, all right? The spider is weaving the web, all right? And spiders sort of represent, depending on where you're at in the world and what, path you believe, everybody sort of has a different way of interpreting things. But for me, spiders have always sort of represented creativity and the dark feminine. Excuse me. But the 8 of Pentacles reminds us that you've been working hard. You've been working so hard. This dark period that you was in, you had to put in a lot of work and a lot of effort, and the fruits of your labor are finally starting to come to fruition. All right, you've been able to build a strong, stable foundation in order to have. You found a really good spot to build your web, and you are just really starting to, bring it all in. The spider will catch the fly. And that's what this hope is. This is you catching the fly. All right? This is you being able to finally be able to sustain yourself and to be able to take care of yourself and, and feel good about what it is that you've done and what it is that you've created. And then the Mother of Cups is showing, a trust in who you are authentically. Because a lot of times, you hear the blacks. This could be a swan too, as well. I keep saying goose. Kind of looks like a goose, but it's a swan. It's a white swan, but it's finally just sort of coming to itself. But maybe, like, say for example, a swan represents to me beauty and also uniqueness, because the uniqueness can sometimes be found in the black swan. But here you've sort of come into that white swan era where you are just at your fullest. You are at you're learning how to nurture yourself. You're learning how to take care of yourself. Your cup is full, and and it's going to bring you emotional fulfillment. When you finally get, sorry, my light keeps coming on and off by itself. When you finally have come to this point where you're feeling safe and secure in yourself, you're finally able to blossom and stand in who you truly are and be fulfilled and to reap all the rewards. If you're looking around the goose, it's kind of hard to tell what these are. They're kind of just like little colorful bursts, but maybe you can say that all these little colorful bursts are like blessings. They're like each one is a blessing. And you're just reaching your arms out trying to catch the blessings because they're just raining down on you. It's all going to be working out for you in your favor, okay? You just have to work hard and you have to stick with it, and you just have to show up and be who you are and be creative. All right, Taurus. So I'm going to go ahead and pull an herbal astrology oracle for you and see what messages are coming through for you this week. October 8th through 14th, what messages are coming through for Taurus? Ooh. Hibiscus. Joy. You got joy. All right. And also the 1 + 4, that makes a 5. So if you're seeing the numbers 1, 4, 14, or 5, those are numbers that you need to be looking out for. But 5 is usually change, okay? But this is saying luck. This is saying joy. This is saying have fun, okay? Being that, the 5th house of Venus is in your 5th house of children, creativity, sports, and hobbies. It's really saying do what you love. That now is the time for you to really just enjoy doing what you're doing. I mean, she looks like she's having so much fun, like she's at some sort of festival, or she's just out in nature, and she's just truly just blossoming and blooming and being surrounded by so much high energy. And she's singing. It sounds like she's singing, here with this magic voice energy coming out of her. And she's just all jeweled up, all flower, and she's just, just enjoying. And I know this isn't really like Halloween in the card, but we're in that, spooky season. We're in Halloween, Samhain season, and like I was saying in the beginning, how we need to just really enjoy the season. And I feel like that is a true message for you that's coming in right now, Taurus, is just have fun. All right, move through life with the softness. Okay, nurture yourself. Like the Mother of Cups is the mother, and this is like that child energy. Why not re-parent yourself, re-mother yourself to allow your child self be free to enjoy and to have fun? All right, Taurus, I hope this message resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be speaking to you all next week. All right, Gemini. Welcome, Gemini. So if you're a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this message is for you for the week of October 8th through the 14th. Your 5th house is saying making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion, and how you interact with others around is in your house of children, creativity, sports, and hobbies. Ooh. And Venus in Virgo is in your 4th house, saying what is and isn't serving you, what needs to change around your home, family, and domestic duties. Okay, so Geminis. All right, this looks like there's definitely going to be some big changes coming your way. Sorry, let me arrange my cards a little better. Big changes. All right, this is almost like a strike. It feel the lightning bolt is striking down. All right, you're gonna get hit. It's almost like there's a bullseye on you. Okay, but it's not necessarily bad. I'm not getting like a negative feeling off of this, even though it kind of is a little dark in the imagery of it, it's kind of like almost to me like a spark of inspiration or a spark of getting something started. Like it almost looks like that spark to start the fire. Okay? So you're definitely going to be making a lot of changes when it comes to, you know, just getting started. And the Ace of Pentacles here is, you know, it is saying that you're planting the seed for what it is that you're going to be growing. All right? That, you know, like here it's showing the rings of the growth that's coming in, you know, but it all starts in the center. It all starts with the seed. Okay? What starts now is the seed that you are planting. And this is what it could possibly become if you nurture it, if you grow it, if you take care of it. And the Ace of Swords, which is also what Aries pulled, you're stepping into your higher self. You're stepping into your truest form. I see a lot of that, you know, I feel like because you're an air sign and Libra is an air sign, there's sort of an energetic correlation in the air fronts of how this moon is affecting you guys. But, you know, this eclipse is really saying, hey, you know, it's time to get started. It's time to take action. It's time to really just go for it. And what are you waiting for? Okay? And look, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? Look at this beautiful card. We have Owl, we have the Moon, and the Sun and everything, and how this like wheel sort of almost has like a dream catcher feel to it. And it's sort of like it has that spider energy and the weaving of the web. All right? The Wheel of Fortune is saying that this is all in your hands. Okay? That it's all happening for you, not to you. Okay? That your dreams can come true and that things are finally starting to move in your favor. And you're really going to start seeing things happening more quickly. Especially now that Mars is direct. And Mars is really moving, or not, Mercury is now direct and moving forward. Well, Mars is moving forward too. But, you know, but that Mercury is really pushing your energy to just get things started, to get things moving, and to begin the next chapter of your life. You know? Okay, so let's see what oracle messages are we getting for Gemini this week. Messages are coming through. What does Gemini need to know? Mandrake, we have sensuality. Sensuality. This kind of makes me feel like it's the growing of it's the planting of the seed. It's the coming into yourself. It's the being proud of who you are. You know, kind of like this, but in a more like fulfilled way. Like I can really tell that Virgo, that heart-centered healing, that Virgo energy, that love energy that's coming through right now in partnerships, in relationships. This is about being in relationship with yourself, you know, and being in a relationship in a way that fulfills you, in a way that allows you to grow. You know, sensuality brings in creativity. Sensuality brings in, you know, passion. Sensuality brings in so much beauty, okay? And why not become that part of yourself, or step into that part of yourself and be, you know, just proud of who you are and proud of who you become, you know, and see your value and see your worth. And to just really, you know, go out and be sexy. Go out and get the vibes, you know. That there's no reason to have fun and to be beautiful and to be mysterious. All right, Gemini. Thank you. And I hope this message resonated with you. And I will be speaking to you all next week. All right, Cancer. Welcome. If you are a Cancer Sun, Moon, or Rising, this message is for you for the week of October 8th through the 14th. And right now, it is about making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion, and how you're interacting with others in your home and family, domestic duties, and parenting style. And the Virgo, or Venus in Virgo, is saying what is and isn't serving you, and what needs to change around your communication and learning style, thinking process, and short distance travel. All right, Cancer. Wow. This is really beautiful energy that's coming through. You have the Sun. This is the happiest, most success card in the tarot. This is just pure happiness, pure joy, pure bliss, pure success. You know, just illuminating the warm sky shining on your face, the wind on your back. You know, just there's nothing that can't happen for you. All right, and you're just really in the moment and enjoying life. And the Daughter of Pentacles, you know, this is you sort of becoming. This is a becoming moment. You know, it's like that coming of age. You know, here it's like sort of more like the Knight of Pentacles kind of energy, but instead of the knight, it's the daughter, so there's sort of like a feminine. And here it's like that maiden, because the doe symbolizes both the male and the female aspects, because there are different types of deer species, like such as the reindeer, where the female deer will have antlers and the male deer don't, but a lot of times, and sometimes different species will have, the females will also have antlers, not just the males. So, you know, but a lot of like the North American type of deer that I'm used to seeing in my area, the males have antlers and the females generally most of the time don't have antlers. But this doe is sort of becoming a woman. Like, it's not full grown. Maybe you can't even really tell, other than the fact that it says daughter, if whether or not it's a male or a female, if whether or not it will or will not have antlers. But it's that becoming, it's that coming into, and the rainbow once again showing up with hope, showing up with blessings, that wishes coming through, things are going to be going your way. And the Pentacles is saying, you know, like you're tapping into that magician self to be able to manifest, to be able to step into that highest version of yourself, and to be able to have what it is that you desire. Okay, and then also we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so like really, the 9 is the completion of a cycle, but it's endings. This is your harvest. Okay, this is your harvest. These are all the, you know, the feathers sort of make me think of, you know, birds, you know, because they have feathers, and it's almost like a nest. This feather sort of creates a nest, your nest egg, or your harvest of eggs, the batch of whatever it is that you've planted and you have grown and you've seen the success. It's all coming into you now, Cancer. There's nothing that you know, you should be afraid of. It's almost like you just have to believe in it. You just have to have hope that it's all going to work out. Okay? Because all your blessings are coming in. Now let's see what the Oracle has to say. Cancers. What message is coming through for Cancers for this week? Damiana, beloved, the Lover's card. And also we have here the number 11, and it's showing both Venus and Pluto. All right, up here. So Venus and Pluto, wherever those are in your chart, those could be areas that are being affected. But this is like a Lover's card. Sorry. And so, you know, there's going to be a lot of new beginnings in relationships, new beginnings in love. All right? New love energy coming in. This could be either new love in a relationship. If you're already in a relationship, it could be like a renewal in that love. Sort of like the passion comes back into that. Or it could be the starting of a new relationship. There could be a new relationship coming into your life, and that feeling of love that you've been searching for or been wishing for. Okay? But this could also, being that you do have a lot of Pentacles energy, this relationship could also be a partnership that can help you water your garden, that can help you grow, either in, you know, business or career. You know, somebody that you work with can also be supportive. Or it could be the same person, you know. Sometimes people do go into business with the ones that they love because they share a very similar dream or vision of what they have together. So if you are in a relationship with someone who has a very similar dream or vision of the life that you guys are building together, then very possibly you can go into business together or work together to build a business so that you can have that prosperity, so that you can have that financial success, and so that you can just have everything all together. All right, Scorpio, this is a beautiful reading, and I hope it resonated with you. And just leave your comments down in the comment box below, and I'll be seeing you all next week. All right, Leos. Hello, Leos. So if you're a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this message is for you for the week of October 8th through the 14th. And your third house is being activated, saying making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion. How you interact with others around your communication and learning style, thinking process, and short distance travel. Venus in Virgo is saying what is and isn't serving you and what needs to change around your personal finances, earning potential, and possessions. Oh my gosh, that's the third time this card has come out. Okay, very interesting. Interesting only because Cancer, right before you, we pulled the Daughter of Pentacles and the Sword, and now we have the Son of Pentacles and the Sword. And so, Leo, the same energy is coming in for you, other than the fact that it's on a more masculine range versus a more feminine range. But a more masculine range instead of a more feminine range. But either way, you are just now starting to grow the antlers. You have the antlers now. You have leveled up into who it is that you are becoming. You know, you have sort of like taking on that you know, if you have a business, it's really going to start taking off. You are starting to be that master, that mindset that you need in order to create what it is that you need to create, or what it is that you've been building, that you've been working so hard for. It's like you are that now. You are that now. Everything that you've been trying to get to, you have stepped into that. And the Sword of Truth is coming in for you, and it's saying, hey, take it on. Stand in who you truly are. Fight for what you believe in. Fight for what you want. Fight for what you desire. You know, step into your will. Step into your determination. Drive. Work. Slay the dragon. Okay? Slay the dragon. And then also here we have the Judgment card. Okay? Judgment is really more about reflecting. You know, because if you're judging something, most of the time you're judging the past. Okay? Maybe it's time to let go of the past. Maybe it's time to really see where it is that you're going. Okay? You know, because you're moving forward. You're taking flight. Everything is going in that direction. But maybe you're judging yourself for the things that you've done in the past, or the past is still trying to hold you back, but you're like, no, I'm going my own way. Yeah, maybe that's who I was once before, but I'm not that now. So that judgment can finally just go away. Release it. Especially if you've been judging yourself or judging the world, judging people around you, or feel like you're being judged. Don't be afraid of it. Just be like, screw you. I know who I am. I know where I'm going. And to not let it get you down. Alright, Leo, let's see what messages are coming through from the Oracle. Messages are coming through from Spirit for Leo this week. What do they need to know? You have Nettle. Action. All right, Leo, it's time to take action. It's time to get moving. It's time to get things done. As you can see here, these cards are all about moving forward, taking action, taking flight. And this Nettle card is even saying take action. All right. You have the number 21, but also 2 + 1 is 3. So this is a moment of change for you. This is a moment of stepping into who you truly are. And also here is like, this is a lunar eclipse instead of a solar eclipse. We're having the solar eclipse this week, but the next full moon is going to be a lunar eclipse. So maybe a lot of this transformation that you're in the drive and moving forward, a lot of things are going to start moving forward by the time of the next lunar eclipse in Scorpio. All right, I really feel like that is what this is saying, in the sense of, like, if we're going to look at a timing event, it might not be exactly on that day, but it's going to be triggered by this moon, and so it's going to start happening either a little bit before or shortly after, around this time. That's when you're really going to start seeing the biggest movement forward. And this snake also is a shedding of a skin. It's a shedding of a skin. It's, there's a lot of hidden knowledge and wisdom that is involved with the snake. And then also, Nettle tends to sting a little bit. There can be a little bit of a resistance to it, only because stinging nettle will burn you, okay? And snakes will bite you. And also, we're seeing here the Mars and Pluto also coming in again, which we was talking about the T-square between Mars and Pluto in the chart. And so right now, you can be starting to feel a little bit of resistance to this change, but know that it's not going to cause any real damage. Stinging nettle may be annoying, but it's not going to really hurt you. You just have to kind of wash it off and soothe it with a little bit of anti-itch cream, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay? Sometimes you gotta shed some skin. Sometimes you gotta face a little pain. Sometimes it's not always going to be comfortable, but it's okay. You'll get through this. All right? Just keep pushing forward. Just keep going for it. All right, Leo, thank you all for being here. And if you like this message and if it resonated with you, please leave a comment down below, and I will be seeing you again next week. Bye. All right, Virgo. Hello, Virgo. Your Virgo Sun, Moon, or Rising. This message is for you for the week of October 8th through the 14th, 2023. Let's see what messages are coming through for you from Spirit. What do you need to know about this week ahead? Oh, by the way, your second house is where the stellium is at, and it's saying making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion, and how you interact with others is going to be around your personal finances, earning potential, and possessions. And then your first house, Venus is in your first house, saying what is and isn't serving you, what needs to change, and that will be around your self-identity, ego, personality. And obviously I flip the cards back up because I always do. I don't read upside down very often. The Hierophant. The Hierophant usually is referring to, like, well, here we see the raven with the key. And usually Hierophant will see like a pope-looking figure. You know, the sort of like the high priest of like the Catholic Church or something like that. That's usually what we'll see a lot for the Hierophant. But here the Hierophant is being depicted with like a crow and a key. And so this sort of gives me sort of like a hidden knowledge. Finding the secret. Opening the door. Okay, and crows and ravens, which I kind of have a hard time telling them apart, but crows and ravens, the blackbird, you know, is associated with a lot of different, like, archetypes and deities, like Hecate and the Morgan and Odin and, you know, such throughout history. We've seen this bird pop up a lot more with those types of archetypes or deities. And a lot, like, especially for Hecate, the key is also one of her symbols. All right? And it's important to know that what's going on here is it's saying that this is a moment for you to dive deeper. That there's more for you to know. Okay? And maybe the Mars going into Scorpio, where Scorpio tends to be a little bit suspicious, tends to be a little bit more like a detective, tends to want to know what's really going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. You know, jealous and secretive and things like that. Maybe it's saying, you know, you need to look deep into yourself. You need to go and really study a little bit more to find the answers that what you are seeking. And here we have the Two of Cups. Relationships, true love, soul partners, soulmates, karmic relationships, karmic ties. You know, there's romance in this card. It's my cup pour into your cup and your cup pour into my cup. There is a back and forth symbiotic, soul, emotionally fulfilling relationship that is coming in. So a lot of love energy for you. And then here we have, once again, I can't make this stuff up, you guys. I can't make this stuff up. This third time in a row, we have a solar eclipse here on this card, on the Two of Swords. Alright, which is exactly what is going on this week with the solar eclipse in Libra. So this is like a perfect timing. This is almost like, you know, a change is going to be occurring between your relationships and finding things out. Maybe there's something going on that you don't know about, and you finally know about that. Or maybe you find the secret to your happiness, or whatever it is. Like, there is something here when it comes to love, when it comes to who you love, and the secrets that you keep. And the Two of Swords is about communication and partnership. So, coming to a decision, trying to make a choice, you know, and also like a truce, a coming together, an agreement of some sort, a contract, you know, because like when two swords cross like this, it's like it's almost like the swords are shaking hands. They're coming to an agreement. There's a balance. All right. And so this Two of Swords and this Two of Cups, maybe, just maybe, you know, if you've been questioning things, if you've been looking for some answer, maybe you will find it by this time. And it can change the direction in which you are going. That might not necessarily mean that you'll change who you're with in a relationship, but it could definitely change the direction that your relationship is going, or who you choose to be in a relationship with it. The commitments. I'm going to pull an oracle for you, Virgo, and see what's coming through for this week. What messages are coming through for Virgo? Hibiscus. You got joy. All right. Joy from the love that you are feeling. The joy from the love that is overflowing. And maybe you're in love with life. Maybe you'll meet the person that you're looking for, and it's going to cut those, those old ties away, let new love come in. There's a change in your energy. And, there's a lot of, like I was saying, the forward movement energy that's coming on is just saying, go out and enjoy the season, go dancing, go singing, do whatever it is that you want to do, dress up, for Halloween, and just go be out there and have fun, and then you'd be surprised what will happen when you go out. You'll be surprised what happens and who you'll run into and who you will meet and what opportunities are going to come forward for you. It's like in order to be at the right place at the right time, you have to put yourself in the right place at the right time. You have to make yourself seen. You have to make yourself in that place. And to catch the vibes. You want to catch the vibes, you have to be the vibe, Virgo. Be the vibe. All right, Virgo, I hope this message resonated with you, and if you like it or want to leave a comment, please leave it down in the comments below, and I will see you all next week. Bye. All right, Libra. If you are a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this message is for you for the week of October 8th through the 14th. And the stellium in your first house is saying making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion, and how you interact with others around when it comes to your self-identity, ego, personality, and drive. And the Venus in Virgo is saying what isn't serving you and needs to change around your subconscious, spirituality, secrets, behind the scenes, unknown adversaries. All right, Libra. We have the Three of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Sun. I really feel like here the Ace of Wands is you're really standing in who you are. You have made the decision. Okay? You have made the decision to no longer hold yourself back. I mean, look at these two cards right here. They're like so bright, and like literally the sun is shining on you. And the Ace of Wands has that same fire solar plexus burst. You're just like, go for it. There's nothing slowing you down. It's almost like you're moving through this energy at light speed. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting this light speed energy. Like you're just like, boom, full force ahead, pedal to the metal, and nothing is stopping you from getting exactly what you want. And you're ready to let go. You're ready to make changes. And this Three of Wands here, it's like, hey, you're really balancing that feminine energy, that creative energy. I'm seeing a lot of mental creativity. Because for me, the way I read, I see air in Wands. Wands is air to me, though I know it tends to show up as fire in a lot of ways, but I tend to tend the Wands to air and fire to the swords. And so for me, when I'm looking at this, I'm seeing the mentality, and the water is creativity, and it's got this womb. There's like creation going on in there. There's fertility going on in there. Like a lot of just a new idea to paint, a new idea for just where you're going to go next. Like just so much inspiration, so much creativity, and allowing it to fill you up. You're sort of like become this vessel for the creativity. You're really balancing that energy between the masculine and the feminine. And then also, you know, like up here when it was saying making big changes and decisions based on logic, which is the mind, versus the emotion is the water. Okay, so balancing that emotion and logic, balancing the mind and the feeling, okay, and knowing how to interact in your relationships. Okay, here it's like you're standing up for, you know, what you believe in, knowing, consciously knowing, you know, your inner power, your inner strength. It's like, it's a branch, you know, it's blooming, it's lighting up. And I just feel like with Mars moving and Mercury moving and everything, there's just like, you just keep going for it. And you're just going to become the most brightest, blessed, successful, happy, and so much energy is coming in for you right now. And maybe you'll be really feeling that frequency too, because this solar eclipse, new moon, is in your sign. And so this transformational energy is really impacting you probably the most right now, just because it is in your sign. And this transformational energy is saying, wow. So, you know, that frequency that I was showing you earlier in the chart from the 4th, you're really feeling that frequency. We have lavender, the weaver. The weaver, the artist, the creator. There's that spider energy coming in again. All right. I mean, this isn't well, actually, I just noticed there is a spider web right there. That spider energy is coming in. That's why it said the weaver. And the Mercury right here, which is in your sign right now. You are weaving your future. The magic is dancing all around you. The magic of the season. The magic of this beautiful fall season, harvesting. Lavender is relaxing, but it's also protective. It's also creative. It's linked to the third eye and the crown chakra. You know, people like to use lavender a lot to take spiritual baths and just, you know, essential oil for, you know, all kinds of medicinal purposes and magical purposes. And it's just one of the more popular herbs that we know of in the main Western world. And, you know, it's just, I'm seeing a lot of magical energy going on around here. You know, it's just like, go outside at night and become one with the earth and weave what it is that you desire. Tap into that creativity. That creativity that's really coming in potent for you right now, that inspiration that you're getting. Use that to your advantage. And then point your wand and direct your will and then receive what it is that you desire. Okay? All right, Libra. I hope that this message resonated with you. Please leave your comments down in the description below, and I will be speaking to you all next week. Thank you. Bye. All right, Scorpio, welcome. So if you're a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this reading is for you for the week of October 8th through the 14th. Let's see what messages are coming in for Scorpio. Oh, that wasn't it. It was the Sun card again. Oh, well, I guess it didn't want to come out. It went back in. All right. Anyways, you'll be making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion, and how you interact with others around your subconscious, spirituality, unknown adversaries, things behind the scenes. Ooh, we have the High Priestess. And then the Venus in Virgos in your 11th house. What is and isn't serving you and needs to change around friend groups, associations, organizations, clubs, goals and objectives. Oh yes, there is. Well, obviously you got the Tower card, and on the bottom of the deck here you got Death. Not surprising, Scorpio, not surprising at all. Okay. you are really tapping into your intuition right now. Or at least you should be tapping into your intuition right now. You should be listening to your guides. All right. You have leveled up in your spiritual self. You know, the high priestess here, she's sitting all regal. The tiger's sitting like, you know, just like, sorry, my light has been tending to just turn on and off by itself. So sorry if the lighting changes. The high priestess is all about, you know, hidden knowledge, hidden wisdom, behind the scenes, your subconscious, your spirituality. This is where your 12th house is sitting right now with that Venus energy. Okay, stepping in to that more psychic, intuitive self, where your power lies within. Okay, and you know, being that the Mars is moving into your sign, you know, you're looking into that crystal ball. Okay, you're pondering the future. You're trying to see what is coming up, or digging deep, trying to find answers. You know, and then the Tower card. The Tower, here we're seeing the lightning hit the tree, and it's that destructive energy, that transformational energy from the eclipse that's bringing in all the change. Okay, there's a lot of change going on. Okay, there's a lot of things that are falling apart. This is the ending of the old chapter and the beginning of the new. Okay, so things may seem like they're falling apart. Things may seem like they're burning down, but maybe it's just the universe's way of doing that last decluttering. You know, because Venus in Virgo wants to declutter. It wants to clear out. It wants to remove. It wants to get things organized. And what isn't serving you anymore needs to go. What needs to change. All right? Don't fear the change. Okay, Scorpio, your higher vibration is known as the phoenix. Okay, the phoenix rises from the ashes. I mean, honestly, like I said, the card at the bottom of the deck for you was the death card. Rebirth. Death and rebirth. Okay, like I said, this is your breakdown to get to your breakthrough. Daughter of Pentacles is your breakthrough moment. You will come out of this positive. This isn't going to tear you down. In fact, this is only going to bring you up. You are the phoenix rising from the ashes of this change, okay? Which doesn't surprise me. Okay, doesn't surprise me at all, Scorpio. There's so much to do and so much to accomplish, you know, and being that this is around, you know, friend groups and associations and clubs and stuff like that, maybe there can be, you know, a falling away when it comes to that type of stuff, or a transformational energy around that type of stuff, how you show up, you know, rising up above. Because, you know, when we find secrets, we'll find, when you're digging into secrets and digging into the unknown, when you do find answers, they're not always the answers that you thought you wanted. But there might be the answers or questions that you needed. If that makes sense. Sorry if I scrambled that up. You know, it can be scary. There is so much going on right now. So many things that are shifting and changing. And you have the power to really rise above. I'm pulling an oracle card to go with this message for Scorpio. We have Thistle. And we have Tulsi, Wealth. 2 cards came out for you, Scorpio, of course. Peaceful Warrior and Wealth. All right. So the Mars and the Moon here. And then here we have Mercury and Jupiter. Okay, so those are the planets that are being highlighted here in your reading. And we have card number 23, which is the number 5, and 19, which is the number 10 or 1. All right, so there will be change. But you are the peaceful warrior. The Daughter of Pentacles. There's a gentleness that's sort of going on right here. There's a gentleness. Sorry, I'm switching these because I kind of feel like these are the one. This one wants to be over here and this one wants to be over here for some reason. Peaceful warrior. Taking things on in a way that, you know, you're not afraid of this change, because 5 symbolizes change. So does the Tower, you know, but you're like, I can do this. And the badger, it's so interesting that there's a badger there underneath her little headdress, sort of like almost as a headdress. And there's like tears crying here. It's like, well, actually, it's the milk from the thistle now that but it looks like tears. You know, nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. All right. You are a water sign, Scorpio. Things can be emotional sometimes. And it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to let things out. But you need to nurture yourself. You need to take care of yourself. And the wealth card is saying, look at all that you have. Look at all the abundance, okay? Like the Daughter of Pentacles over here. You know, that's the going to the next level. Money is coming in for you. Achievements are coming in for you. But it's only after you do that true that energy healing, that getting through whatever this is that's inside of you, that's like, I'm afraid. Stop being afraid and just become who you're meant to be and come out of it stronger than you were before, and it's all coming in. Appreciating not just wealth in a monetary sense, but wealth in the way that you value, you know, yourself, value your life, value the things around you, and how you spend your time and the type of quality of life that you're living. Like here, this person, she's not working, she's just enjoying. She's got her peacock, she's got her fountain, she's got her luscious garden, she's dressed so beautifully, you know, and it looks like she's doing some sort of magic in the sky. You know, this person is not busting their butt to make it happen. They're manifesting it. They're creating this world of beauty and wealth and abundance and luxury around them. You know, obviously she probably does have money and she doesn't have to worry about it, but that's that part of being abundant in a way where it's like, I'm no longer worried about it. It's breaking out of that survival mode and into thriving. You're no longer surviving, you will now start thriving, especially once you start taking care of yourself and pacing yourself and doing what you know it needs to be done. All right, Scorpio, I hope this message resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be speaking to you next week. All right, Sagittarius, welcome. So if you're a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, oh, I didn't like the way that fell out. If you're a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, for the week of October 8th through the 14th, this reading is for you. Let's see what messages are coming through for you this week. Oh my goodness, I keep getting the same cards over and over and over again. I'm trying to shuffle every time. But that just means that we're all sort of getting the same message here. All right, making big changes and decisions, logic rather than emotion, and how you interact with others in your friends, group association, clubs, and organizations. And Venus in Virgo is in your 10th house, saying what is and isn't working and serving for you, what needs to change in your career status and achievements, governments, and business. All right, so that change is going to be happening in your career status and achievements and how you show up. And here you are leveling up. Okay, you're changing into your next form. You're finally starting to get your antlers. You're finally starting to get moved towards that crown. You're not full king or queen energy yet, Sagittarius, but you are definitely growing into it. You are maybe looking at some sort of promotion or some sort of business growth or expansion or a launch that's finally starting to take off. All the hard work that you've been putting in is finally starting to manifest, and you are finally starting to see it for real in your life, okay? You just need to become it. Transformation. This snake here swirled around in a spiral, protecting her eggs, all right? This is a sort of like a rebirth moment as well. That eclipse energy, which is also showing up here. This is like the 4th or 5th time now the eclipse has showed up in the reading, okay? Actually in a card. So this eclipse, it will also be affecting you in a pretty intense way, and showing that this timing is just right, okay? Time to do the work. Time to create the change. The Emperor, this tree represents, you know, like evergreen, okay? Evergreen money, or evergreen, you know, ways of making money, where it's like, it's not just for today, but it's for tomorrow, it's for in the future. This is your legacy, okay? This is your legacy that you grow and that you leave behind. This is what you will be remembered for, okay? So we're really stepping into this transformational energy where you are becoming what it is that you will see in the future, or you're finally starting to level up into that part of your life. Shedding the old skin. Shedding the old skin. And, you know, these eggs representing the beginning of something new. That's where that rebirth energy comes in, you know, especially since snakes are so transformational. There's a lot of knowledge and information as well, considering that this is a wand, and so for me this is a mind. This is like a transformation of the mind. This is a leveling up of the mind. These are the antlers, the crown chakra, okay? Knowing a lot of the change being in your mindset. Okay, Sagittarius, changing the mindset. Let's see what oracle cards are coming out for Sag this week. What messages are coming through? You have Motherwort. Okay, strength. There's a lot of creation. There's a lot of fertility. Okay, Motherwort is generally used, if I remember correctly, when it comes to easing menstrual symptoms, when it comes to easing childbirth or having a cycle of the uterus. It was traditionally used to help aid in those things. And then eggs also symbolizing a birthing moment. So it's almost like the universe is saying, hey, you know, you're going through this birth. Sorry, I shook the table. You're going through this birth moment, but I'm here to support you through that labor pain. That things may be painful, but I'm softening that pain for you. I'm taking it away. I'm easing some of your burdens. And it's asking you to be strong through this transformation, Sag. It's telling you that, you know, tap into that femininity. Oh. Sorry. I thought I saw something move across my screen there for a second. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, so we have the number 13. Okay? The 13th is, like we have a Friday the 13th this year, and it'll be the day before the eclipse. Okay? So maybe this rebirthing moment is going to be happening really closely to this eclipse energy. There's going to be so much change that's happening for you. And Venus is also showing up here in this card, you know, so it's really pointing out that you're going to need a lot of strength for this rebirthing process to get rid of what is changing, what is and isn't serving you in your career, your status, achievements, you know. How are you showing up, Sag, in your business, in what it is that you're creating, in this new life that you're going to be building, that's going to be a solid foundation, a solid future, the legacy that you're going to leave behind, the work that you're doing. You are not alone. You are supported, and you have the wisdom, you have the knowledge, and to just take care of yourself, nurture yourself, take it easy, all right? Because there's so much work that's going on. It may be really intense sometimes, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, Sagittarius, if you enjoyed this reading, please let me know. I hope it resonated with you. Leave any comments down in the description box below, and I'll be seeing you next week. Bye! Alright, Capricorn, welcome. So if you're a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this reading is for you for the week of October 8th through the 14th. Let's see what messages are coming through for you. It looks like we started off with the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, amazing, Capricorn. So this stellium is in your 10th house, making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion, how you interact with others, around your career, status, achievements, authority figures, business. Ugh. Stop worrying so much, okay, Capricorn? The Venus in Virgo is in your 9th house. What is and isn't serving you and needs to change around your higher education, travel, philosophy, religion, freedom. Oh my goodness. The Mother of Cups. Okay. Let me say something, Capricorn. Sorry, I need to put something under this foot. So, the 10 of Pentacles. This is the reaping of all the rewards, of all the hard efforts. A cycle has ended and a new one has now begun. You have finally leveled up and have gotten everything that you asked for. I mean, this is a full and complete harvest when it comes to your desires, when it comes to the things that you achieve. But for some reason, you are still worried and stressed when it comes to what it is that you've achieved. It's like you don't see it. You're blind to it. Everything is completely going in your favor, and for some reason you're still worried and stressed. The mind is blocking you from seeing what it is that you truly have. It's like here, the Mother of Cups. All right, we have the Swan returning once again, which is the Queen of Cups energy, the Mother of Cups. Here, we see all these little lights shining down on her, and it makes me think of like magic, wishes coming true, blessings being rained down upon you, and emotional fulfillment. Okay, each one of these little lights is a blessing, just like each one of these little stars is a blessing. Okay, everything that's going on around you is happening for you, not against you, Capricorn. But for some reason, you're still not seeing it. You're still blind to it. You're being too negative on yourself, too self-critical. For some reason you feel like it doesn't matter, all these blessings. It's not what I truly want. But what is it that you truly want then? You asked for it, you got it, and then you don't see it. You're just stuck in the darkness of your mind and in your thoughts and in your emotions, and you feel trapped. But you're not trapped. You have everything that you could ever ask for, and if you don't have it right at this moment, it is definitely coming into you. You need to just do your gratitude. Practice gratitude. Practice being grateful and thankful for everything that you have, for all the blessings that you have, that you've achieved so much. Look, community. You're not alone. Do you feel alone? Is that what's stressing you out in your mind, is feeling like you're alone, feeling like you don't have any friends? Well, maybe it's time to reach out. Sorry, my earring keeps dingling. It's time to reach out. It's time to connect. It's time to have fun, all right? You work so hard. You put so much effort in. You're not even seeing your blessings. Maybe even your friends here that are surrounding you, your relationships, your loved ones, celebrating you. Or celebrating together, just enjoying time together, It's good to connect. Maybe the people in your work environment or at school, at church. Here it looks like they're doing some sort of, concert or festival or even just a ritual ceremony. Get together, surround yourself with people. All right? And then maybe this will clear away, and then you'll finally be able to see all the abundance that's coming into your life and the emotional fulfillment that you'll get. You'll be able to show up and just be yourself and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the season. Fly off into the sunset like this beautiful butterfly. Okay? You are not alone. You have plenty of people around you. I think it's just one of those situations where you've just found yourself so much in a mental block that not only can you not see your blessings, but you also can't see the support from the people that's around you. So open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. Just like that. And look all around you. And see everything that's coming in. All right, Capricorn, I hope this reading resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And so just leave your comments down in the description box below, and I'll be seeing you all next week. Bye. All right, Aquarius, welcome. So if you're an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this reading is for you for the month or for the week of October 8th through the 14th. You will be making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion and how you interact with others around career status and achievements. And that Venus in Virgo is in your 9th house. What is and isn't serving you and needs to change around higher education, travel, philosophy, religion. Oh. All right, Aquarius. You need to stop judging yourself so much or worrying about what other people will think. All right? Honestly, and I don't even understand why you're even bothering caring what other people think. Because Aquarius tend to not really care so much about what other people think. They tend to be the unique. They tend to be the weirdos. They tend to be the rebellious ones, the ones that go against the norm, okay? I mean, like, that's your whole angle. That's your whole vibe. And so why are you worried about what other people think of you? What are you judging them too harshly, or are you judging yourself too harshly? Get away from that judgment, okay? The past is the past. Time to let it go. If you're still carrying on the past, things are changing now. Karmic ties are being cut. Old relationships are being released. There's a lot of changes going on when it comes to in the relationship sphere. And, and who you surround yourself with. Okay? The relationships in your life. But worrying about other people and what they think of you and the judgment and all that stuff, nope, bye. Time to go. All right? Time to spread your wings and fly and be exactly who you're meant to be, okay, Aquarius? I kind of feel like that will be a key to moving you to making more money or to going to where you want. And then also, with this bird opening up its wings and being that, the stellium is in your 9th house and there's a lot of travel, maybe you will be seeing some movement. Maybe you will be seeing some changes. Maybe, Aquarius, it is time for you to go on an adventure and try something new or go somewhere new. All right? And then the Four of Cups here. All right. There's a big rat crawling across the cups. That's rather interesting imagery. But the 4 to me symbolizes stability and balance. 4 corners of a table or 4 corners of a pyramid. 4 is a very stable number. And generally, I would say, it's time to find emotional balance. It's time to get emotionally stable. If you've been feeling a little rocky and a little unsure and a little not knowing what's going on, like there's a rat crawling around, secrets and hidden adversaries are really being triggered for a lot of people right now. So maybe watching your back. Okay, maybe you need to watch your back with who you have surrounded yourself with. Okay, not everybody has your best intentions in mind. And then Aquarius, it's time for you to get creative. It's time for you to really tap in to your creative self. What is it that you want to learn or haven't already learned? Maybe you're going to get inspiration for something new so that you'll be able to build and create. If you're worried about what you're going to create and what other people are going to think of it, don't worry so much about what other people think. Just go ahead and create it anyways. Go ahead and create it anyways, whatever it is that's coming through. Because there is a lot of creative energy coming through for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be wanting to, do something new, DIY. I mean, Venus and Virgo is all about decluttering, so maybe there is some space for you to want to create a balanced lifestyle that works for you. What isn't serving and needs to let go and change. All right. We have grace. All right, Aquarius, grace has very temperancy energy here. Very Aquarius. We have the Aquarius literally coming through right now for your sign. See how she's pouring the 2 cups back and forth here? So the water bear. Shishandra, grace. Number 29. So that would be 11. So the master number is coming through for you also. All right, time to make some wishes. Don't take things for granted, and finding balance in your life. Okay, finding balance and harmony in a way that's going to allow you to become your fullest self. All right, so you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to work so hard. You don't have to put so much stress and worry on everything, okay? Just take it one step at a time, okay? And bring things into harmony. Said that weird. Bringing things into harmony so that you can move gently through life instead of stressed out all the time. Okay, there's an ease and a flow that's coming in for you. Notice how all these stars are surrounding sort of like her aura field here. These are kind of like all of your ideas that are coming in. Like through here. This is like your auric body, but it's almost like your crown chakra is filling you up with a bunch of different ideas. Okay? A bunch of different ways of doing things, maybe being innovative. And this innovation can bring in a lot of prosperity and abundance as well. But just take it one step at a time. Don't rush it. And just stand in who you are. Don't worry about what everybody else is saying. Okay, Aquarius, I hope this message resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be seeing you all next week. Bye. And Pisces, hello and welcome. Thank you all for joining me here. If you're a Pisces sun, moon, or rising, this message is for you for the week of October 8th through the 14th. Making big changes and decisions based on logic rather than emotion, and how you interact with others in your house of 8, your 8th house of joint resources, other people's money, debt, investments, taxes, and look at this. The first thing we're starting off here is the sun, Pisces. We can't get any better than that. We're starting off with the sun. Things are really starting to move in your favor. Venus and Virgo's in your 7th house. What is and isn't serving you and needs to change around your relationships, partnerships, and romantic business commitments. Oh, and we have the World card. Come on, Pisces. Come on. All right, you have so much to be happy for, so much to be grateful for. Things are finally starting to move in your favor, okay? This, you know, the changes that are coming in are really here to help you. The bottom of the deck is showing the moon, by the way. Sorry, should have showed that to you. The bottom of the deck is the moon. Okay, but we have the sun here. So there's still some hidden stuff that you need to work on. You know, there's still some stuff going on in the inside, but for the most part, what's going on around you is really starting to light up. You know, it's like right here, the illumination of the mind, the awakening, the great spiritual awakening, and then the swords. It's almost like you are awakened into movement, awakened into action. I mean, it's like got this sort of sacrificial lamb energy here too. You don't have to sacrifice your purity and your innocence, okay? You don't have to sacrifice it. You don't have to sacrifice, you know, being tender with yourself and being gentle with yourself in order to reap the benefits. Okay? I think it's time for you to just surrender and to let things be the way that they're supposed to be, because if you're in, it's showing that you're in alignment with what it is that is coming through. There's happiness, there's joy, there's things turning around. And, you know, we fear these big changes because we don't always know what the answer is going to be. But it's showing here in the third eye being illuminated that it's like you can see it now. There's a moment of clarity. There's a moment of vision and insight that's coming in that's saying, hey, here's the answer. This is how it's going to happen. You finally have the answers that you've been looking for and seeking. And you can finally sit back and take a breath and relax. Patience. Patience. It's all happening to you or for you, not to you, okay? These are all the little things that you, or not little things, these are all the things that you have, like projects or things that you want to do or things that you have to do, and they're all like pointing at you, and it's like saying, hey, you know, you feel like the world is like attacking you because everything's coming at you from all these different directions. But you got this. Have grace. Have patience. Work through this. Don't lose who you are. Don't lose sight of who you're becoming. Don't lose the vision. Okay? I mean, even right here, it is showing the pineal gland. Well, I mean, it's showing you what a horsetail looks like. That's the horsetail plant, this like bud. But it represents that crown or that third eye, you know, pineal gland illuminating. And then here we have like, it's almost like there's a dream. It's almost like you're dreaming. This awakening that's happening in your third eye is going to enhance your visions. You know, maybe visions more in your dream state, or clear vision for your future and who you're going to become. And you can just settle down. Notice how this horse and this lamb are both laying down in the pasture. They're both just chill. Animals only do that when they have nothing left to worry about, really. Like, an animal's not going to rest and go to sleep unless it feels safe. You know, so now you're finally starting to feel safe. You're finally starting to feel secure. That you don't have to worry about anything. You just have to continue doing the work and being happy and allow things to flow. Allow the universe to work its magic so that you don't have to work so hard. Okay? I mean, obviously you want to continue to work hard. Don't give up and stop working hard, but, you know, ease your way through it. And allow the universe to take its time to actually make things work the way that they're supposed to work. You know, if you rush through everything, it's not going to work as well than if you would allow things to marinate. You know, if you marinate your chicken before the day or so before you cook it, then it's going to taste 100 times better than if you were to just sprinkle it real quick and fry it in the pan in 10-20 minutes and be done. Okay, so take your time, allow things to slow cook, allow things to marinate, allow the universe to put the puzzle pieces together, and just ease into that. All right, Pisces, thank you all so much for being here. I hope this message resonated. Leave all your comments down in the description box below, and I'll be speaking to you all next week. Bye. All right, well, thank you all for joining me here this week for Sunday Soul Set, and I appreciate everybody who came and watched and learned and, you know, just enjoying everything that's coming in this week. I'm so excited for spooky season and for Halloween and Samhain. It's all starting to move in like I was talking about, but yes, I hope these messages came through for you. I hope they resonated and helped you along in your journey. And if you're interested in learning more about me and who I am and what I offer, you can find me on my website or my social medias, amethystmoonflower.com. And yeah, just message me, hit me up. And if you want to work with me, you can see all my services that I have to offer in my website. And I will be seeing you all again next week. I love you all. Brightest blessings. Namaste.